morning, everybody. So this practice is about shoulder strengthening and feeling the placement of your scapulae on the back, and also, of course, toning and conditioning the arms. But since it's Pilates, it is, of course, whole body. So please come into your standing Pilates stance. Make sure that your feet are evenly placed. Maybe give yourself just a little bit of a wiggle and roll the shoulders. Start to access your breath. And the good thing about Pilates beginner's breathing, you know, when you inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth, is that as you softly exhale and prolong that exhalation, it softens the jaw, it softens the facial muscles, and it helps you to just begin on the exhalations to connect into the powerhouse, into the Cossack muscles. So now let's come into a slightly more intentional concentration of the whole body muscular area. So your crown is lengthening, and you might still be feeling desire to roll the shoulders, which is good because you want to make sure that the joint is glossy, that it's mobile. Yes, I'm sure you can hear some of those pops, crunches and crackles, especially first thing in the morning. But remember to honour your body throughout your practice. If you need to stop moving, if you need a rest, if something doesn't particularly suit you today, then that's okay. Just be wise and leave it out. Okay, so first of all, extend each arm out like a T or a low V. You might want to just check that they're even. And then rotate the thumbs out and down. So as you rotate thumbs out and down, feel the tonality start to be observed. So it's like the muscles are just hugging into your bones. Make sure the neck is nice and free. And then what you're going to do is circle your arms forward for 30. So around about the size of side plates, around about this pace. So we're going 5, 6, 7, 8. Now keep the shoulder blades down. And remember to breathe. It's about 15, about halfway through. 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Got another 5 to bring us up to 30. Keep the thumbs out and down. And really feel the action in the shoulder blades and the open space across the chest. Now rotate your thumbs up. Thumbs are out and up. And 30 circles backwards. There's 10. 15, 19, 20. Just try and keep the movement smooth and even throughout. Unlocking the knees. Making sure you are standing into a tall, lengthened spine. So those thumbs are still up. And then we're going to bend the elbows and touch the fingers to the temples. Try to draw the elbows back just a little bit, not to pinch the shoulder blades together, and then double check that you've got a level pelvis. So moving out to the laterals, pressing outwards and back. I'm going to do 20 of these. So there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Crown lengthens. Got another 10. Breathe and feel breath is happening, bringing you to this present moment. You can start to feel the triceps hugging in and toning into the bones. Maybe add 5 more for good luck. So 20 repetitions, just a thought. You might want to even go towards 30. So each movement in Pilates really feeling for you that it becomes a mild challenge and that you feel that tone. And then float the arms up to a slightly higher V. But do not shrug those shoulders up to the ears. So make sure that there's a softening at the tops of the shoulders. So it's a low V with, sorry, it's a lifted V, but not right up close and narrow. Rotate your palms up to the sky, level pelvis, and pulse up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pause. Check in with the scapulae and pulse again for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. T-shaped arms, palms face forward, thumbs up, pulse back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your frame steady for 10 pulses back and then pause. Inhale, exhale, and another 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Low V now, palms down, thumbs out, and pulse down. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reach the fingers away from the shoulders. Final set. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Tiny pulses. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the arms. Again, add in a little bit of soft shoulder rolling if that helps. And then please pick up your weights. You might have 1 or 2 kilos, or you might have 1.5 kilos. Just again, working with what is comfortably within your range, adding in strength as you become stronger. So I still rise in front raise. So as you float the arms up to the collarbones, breathe, inhale, exhale. Press down and back through resistance. Breathing in, exhale down. And exhale. So depending on the weights that you're holding or whether you're making fists and resisting through the air, you might be moving faster, and that's absolutely fine. But whatever pace that you've chosen, incorporating your breath and your movement, make sure that the motion is flowing, it's precise, and again, that you are experienced enough repetitions that you feel the strength and conditioning of the muscles. And remember, as it's Pilates, it's whole body practice. So being aware of the postural muscles, supporting your spine. And usually about 10, 12 or 15 of Pilates arm weight series here in front raise. And again, if you're moving faster or you need to do a second set, that is absolutely fine. Trying to make each movement clear, clean, neat, and precise. So from front raise, you can retain your weights, or you can just use small fist position, or even lower to smaller weights. I'm going to use Pilates Corkscrew now. So take the fingers to touch the outer shell of your ears, and especially if you're holding weights, or if you're not holding weights, even touch the fingertips or even interlace them lightly at the back of the skull. And bring awareness into the breath. Lengthen your spine. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears now as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, let them drop down. And then draw the elbows back just a small amount and feel the action of the rhomboids. And the main function of the rhomboids is to retract the scapulae, and you'll feel that as you pull down. Breathe in and shrug, and exhale and release. Elbows draw back enough, but not to cause a pinch. And remember to keep your pelvis level and use the corseting muscles to lightly tone your midsection. So it's like initially in the Pilates Corkscrew, it's very much like a shrug and release. Once you feel confident there, we're going to add in the whole Pilates movement. So breathing into shrug. As you exhale and release scapulae down, let the arms slowly draw out to your sides and the elbows draw in enough. Fingers to the shell of the ears, touching behind you or interlacing. Breathe in to raise the scapulae and elevate the shoulder blades. Exhale, drop. Float, arms open, out wide. Little pause at the end of the exhale as you draw the ribs in and bring the navel to the spine. Inhale, scapulae elevate. Exhale, draw down, flow out, widen. Shrug, release, open. Shrug, draw down, exhale. At the end of the exhale, feel the strength in the midline. So you keep going, about another 5 repetitions. What happens is the rhomboids retract and draw the inferior border of the scapulae into the spinal column. And that's what happens when the rhomboids, as I say, the mid rhomboids and the mid to low trapezius muscles are working in best function. Take a pause now, and you might want to just roll an arm in front of your face and around the body into internal rotation. So just releasing out some of that strong intentional contraction that is felt when you are using a movement like Pilates corkscrew. And then we're going for a second set. And if you didn't use weights in the first set, maybe consider using weights for the second set. So you're coming behind the back of the skull, holding those weights if you have them. Inhale, shrug. Exhale, release down. And at the same time as you exhale, you widen out the arms, they float away and open. And it's at the bottom end of that exhalation that you really feel the work of those muscles engaging. So 6 more. Inhale, exhale, release and widen. It's kind of a sister movement to elbow slides and chicken wings. Yeah, you can feel how they all complement one another. Shrug, draw down, open wide. And you really feel this action in the muscles of your back. And remember that any time we add weights to the arm weight series, of course, that adds to your strength, tone, and conditioning. Last one. Keep releasing out. And then stay in this position, which I call W arms. And again, just some tiny little circles here. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10, 9, 8. So if you went backward, now go forward. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the arms down. And just turn the head right and left. So look over the right shoulder. Look over your left shoulder. And then as you center the head, nodding down. Gently look to the point where the wall meets the ceiling. Flexion of your neck as you look down to the earth. And extension as you gaze up. Making sure that those neck moves are all within a comfortable range of motion. So now coming into Pilates Dumbwaiter. Another really great exercise for strengthening the scapulae and maintaining good postural awareness. Hug your elbows into the side ribs. And we're beginning with the palms facing up. And then bring your heels into Pilates V stance. As you bring the heels to Pilates V stance, just sense how this activates a little bit more tone in the legs. So zipping and hollowing, draw each leg towards the midline, actively sense the pelvic core and Pilates pelvis in neutral, spine in neutral. So as you float the lower arms outwards, you'll feel the upper arms rotate and then draw the elbows back to position, draw the arms back, draw the palms back. So it's like two L shapes. Again, if you are not using weights, you'll probably move a little bit faster and you'll form two small fists. And everybody, whether you've got weights of different sizes, remember to hug the elbows, literally Velcro the upper arms into the side of your torso. We've got 3 different sets of dumbwaiter, so move with care, precision, and keep the pace steady, breathing throughout. Remember, you are not rocking the torso forward and back. Usually you would want to offer about 10, 12, or 15 repetitions. Again, the focus is in the upper back and strengthening of the scapulae. But it's also about learning about the placement of bones and joints and muscles in good alignment. As you know, Pilates is a postural conditioning method. So maybe that's enough of part 1. Now rotate the fingers, knuckles in towards midline. This is called the microphone hold of the weights. Refresh your Pilates stance, and again, another 10, 12, or 15. It's not about bringing those arms out super wide. It's about strength, tone, and conditioning. So the range of motion is different for each participant. So just moving within the space where you can feel those muscles engage and keep them engaged. So sometimes it's worth pausing in the open arm position just to check in with what you are sensing and feeling. So you can keep this quite even, 10 to 12, 15 repetitions of each one. Third one, turn your palms down to face the earth. Again, just check that you have a good line of energy from the shoulder head to the elbow pit to the wrist. And then same practice, open and close. So it's the forearms that move out, the palms move apart. We just take about 6 of these and then adding a secondary action. So you're going to open out, and at this point, draw and slide the elbows back, and you'll feel your scapulae meet closely together, release and squeeze. So just adding an extra movement when the palms are down. So breathe in to open, exhale, slide shoulders back, inhale, release, exhale together. So it's in, exhale, squeeze back, inhale, open, exhale, draw and hug the elbows back to that midline. Make sure crown is still elongating above that tailbone. And maybe 3 or 4 more. Dumbwaiter part 3 with the elbow slide back. I'm sure that you're feeling the tonality through the shoulder girdle and the arms now. And then release. Step out of that V stance. Just give the legs a little shake around. And then return to Pilates V stance. and to arm press back. So rotate your arms in and out, and then ensure that the knuckles face behind you for chest expansion or arm press back. And we're also going to add the neck turns. So first of all, reset your zip and hollow, pelvic core is engaged, and your ribs are not inflating and deflating with each breath. Your breath is running smoothly, but you are not back bending. So especially when you come into shoulder extension and draw the arms back, make sure that doesn't encourage your pelvis to tilt into a duck bottom. So eyes to the horizon as you press and float and press, just coming into a reference movement, keeping that frame steady. Then when you're ready, exhale, press back and turn. Center, inhale. Exhale, press back, turn. Look over the right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, press, turn, look over the left shoulder. And once you get into your flow motion, you can speed up. But remember to remain zip and hollowed throughout. Keep breathing. Smooth neck turns. Going to do about 10, 12 or 15. And then come to center, refresh your movement, keep the arms narrow or wide, eyes to the horizon, and let's pulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, pause and pulse, 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pulse, 2, 3, 4. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. And again, just kick out or step out of that strong leg position. So our final arm weight series today is in Pilates knee bend. So take the 10 toes forward, imagine sliding down a wall, or of course you can literally slide down a wall with this one. And as you bend the knees, knees track forward over the center toes. It's certainly not a squat. So you do feel the gluteals engage when you retain the position, but the important part is keeping your shoulders stacked above your hips. So spread out the toes, come into your Pilates knee bend, and as you bring the arms forward at just slightly lower than shoulder height, Pilates arm circles. Forward arm circles. Clue here is to keep completely steady. Breathe in at the top of the circle. Breathe out as you circle down. Inhale. Exhale. Keep your frame steady. After 5, reverse direction. Every time you exhale, maybe you can just feel the extra tone on the powerhouse. So even though you're moving your arms, feel that this Pilates exercise is generating more connection and more tone into your abdominal center. Inhale, exhale, last one. And then look down at the knees and feet. Tip forward. Start to scoop and hollow the belly, lift the waist muscles in, and let your body release into Pilates roll down. If you're holding weights, you can then put the weights on the floor. Shake out the head and neck, press through your feet, deepen the scoop, and slide back up to standing. And finally, the head releases away when your shoulders are stacked. And you may want to repeat 2 to 3 more Pilates roll downs in your own time, or you might even want to use a Pilates roll down at the wall. I'm going to now show you a variation to the roll down called the Pilates Windmill. So if you want to try this one today, interlace the fingers lightly around the back of the skull. Eyes to horizon, crown lengthens. And then as you begin to exhale, draw the elbows in. And this gives a little bit more neck flexion. With the weight of the arm bones, hollow scoop and exhale. And you might get halfway and that might be enough for you. You want to ascend from there. Otherwise, another breath in and continue your descent. Letting the weight of the head and the arm bones create and assist the spinal flexion. Micro bending the knees as you drape the body over the legs. And then, of course, with care, mindfully exiting all the way. You are gazing into the navel or into the heart center. Even when you start to restand, keep looking into the chest. And then as you finally mindfully elevate, widen out the elbows and take a lovely Pilates breath. Inhale, exhale across the thoracic region and then releasing your arms away. Okay, so we're going into a Pilates half roll back now. So perhaps you might want to find your more padded mat to support the sit bones and to support the tailbone and the sacrum. Make space in your practice area. Come to sit onto your sit bones. Draw the flesh away from the buttocks and be well grounded. So oftentimes, depending on the length of your leg bones, of course, the knees might be quite high, or you might just want to be in the half leg bend with the heels resting onto the open feet, quite relaxed. But squeeze those knees together and find that you are sitting up super tall. And just float the arms forward. Nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, squeeze the gluteals around the sit bones. Start to hollow scoop, just like you did in the roll down. And start to challenge yourself by descending to a place where you really feel the strength of the midline occur. And then inhale, exhale here. Breathing in as you float back to sitting. And the challenge is to hold the half roll back or the seated curl down for up to 3 rounds of breath, and also to gradually, if you like, get to the lowest part of your descent without straining. So remember, this is about encouraging deep rectus abdominis strength and not about straining the vertebrae in the back. Deep breath in, as you exhale, hollow scoop, descend, halfway, perhaps you go a little tiny bit further, and soften here, the facial muscles, but inhale, exhale for 1 or 2 breath cycles, or possibly even 3 rounds of breath. And remember to engage the legs, so the inner thighs are really working. You feel the core coming from the zip and hollow all the way through to the center abs, and then slowly resit. And then we'll spine reach forward and add that to the practice. So breath in as you sit super tall, exhale as you scoop and pull belly back, reach fingers forward, reach spine forward, and lengthen your flexion. Release back, inhale. Exhale, hollow scoop. Breathe in and out here. Breathe in, squeeze, ascend, sit tall. Exhale, hollow scoop, spine reach forward. Breathe in, roll spine, stack to sitting. Exhale, scoop and roll back. Stay for one round of breath. Continue your practice, sitting and spine reaching forward. Or can you stay here for up to 3 rounds of breath? Can that breath be calm? And float back to your sitting tall. Breathe in, shoulder blades are down the back at this point. Arms are relaxed. And then scoop, hollow, resist. So as the belly muscles draw back, the spine reaches forward, fingertips reach away from your armpits. And resit. Well done. So you might want to add in now 10 faster scoopy rollbacks, but even adding your weights if you feel strength is with you today. If you're adding the weights, we're just going to take a little arm opening as the spine curls back into the seated rollback. So if you do want to, bring the hands together. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, scoop, open the arms. Inhale to tall. Exhale, scoop it back. Squeeze, inhale. Exhale, hollow. Arms come wide. It almost feels like a kind of rowing of your body. It's like a rowing action. And flowing is one of the Pilates principles. So if this movement can become super smooth and very flowing and glowing, then it feels good for the mobilization of the joints and for the strength and tone, of course, in those postural muscles. Last one from here. And as you sit tall, just let your legs fan out. Let them roll left and right. Let the legs soften away. And then bring the legs into a firmer, strong, extended leg position, or retain the knees bent and the heels. And that will depend on how well you can keep your spine elevated. I'm going to use the Cossack Twist. So place the palms together, or hold your wrists, or hold your elbows slightly in line or slightly lower than your center chest. Squeeze the legs together. Inhale to sit tall, and as you exhale, turn left. Feel the action in the thorax. Obviously the arms and the shoulders move left as well, as does your gaze. And then release back to center. Inhale, exhale, turn right. Try and control that upright spinal length. Do not lose your alignment of your seat. So you're sitting on those center sit bones. And then release your legs again, give them a little shake. Point the feet and toes. Float arms forward, palms face. And as you hollow scoop and roll off the sit bones onto the tail and sacrum, Start to peel your body spine and release all the way down to the mat. And once you're there, enjoy a full body stretch. Maybe a little wiggle. And then bring your feet into semi-supine. Press the feet firmly into the mat and press your arms firmly down so that you find, my mat caught up, so that you find that your arms are pressing back. So it's as if I'm standing on your shoulders and you want to engage the whole arm bones down and feel the backs of the upper arms embed into the mat. And then begin to pelvic curl. So flatten the spine as you curl the tail, press the feet in evenly. You'll feel the back ribs, you'll feel the spine imprint, and then float the pelvis, lift your hips. Please come into shoulder bridge. And be aware of the strength of gluteals, strength of your spinal muscles, inner thighs, knees reaching away from your hips, and be able to breathe. Keep those arms engaged as you slowly peel down, segment by segment. Let the spine ripple along the mat, and then send the tailbone away from you. So once the body is in supine semi, send the tail away so that you feel the lumbar arch, and then release to pelvic neutral. And in your own time, find 3 more shoulder bridge. Remember, you're going to exhale, send the spine imprinting into the earth as you tuck the pelvis. The pelvic curl leads you into your even, precise shoulder bridge. Pausing at the top of the bridge. 1 or 2 rounds of breath. And then as you hollow scoop from the breastbone to the navel to the pubis, controlling the descent. As soon as the body lands, breathe in and arch, sending the buttocks away from the spine, away from the shoulder blades, and rolling the pelvis forwards. And then relax. So you can offer several shoulder bridge, 3 or even 5 perhaps, or challenge by bringing the arms above your collarbones. Straight away you'll feel those shoulder blades anchor, and you can just give yourself a couple of shoulder slaps as you raise the fingers towards the sky if you wish. And this involves more integrity in the Pilates body when your arms are not grounded. Inhale. As you exhale, spine curls, pelvic curls, and you imprint. Engage the gluteals as you float into your shoulder bridge, and then remain steady. From here, reach the left arm down to the earth and reach the right arm towards the right ear. Pause, keep the pelvis level, and swap. Right arm comes down to the earth, left arm comes towards your ear or hovers by your jaw. And then swap. Muscles in your spine, all the way along the back line, remaining toned and strong while you find a steady, even breath. And your pelvis is not rocking, so make sure you are connected to all 4 corners of the feet. One more movement here in this swap over of the arms. And then bring both arms up to the sky again. Keep them there as you slow peel your spine down to the earth, and then release your arms. And as you release your arms, take your arms out to a T shape first of all, and roll the legs left and right into easy floor twist. And then reach both legs forward and point the toes away. So coming into a long leg position. Again, float the arms up towards the collarbones or in line with the shoulders. And when you're ready to exhale, peel up, squeeze the legs together and see if you can elevate the body coming up to a Pilates seat from there. And release your arms. Bring your legs mat wide as you sit back into a grounded seat, and again flow your arms out in a T shape. Rotate the palms up, breathe in, and as you exhale, squeeze the arms together. Inhale, open. And now exhale, take the right palm down and come into seated side reach. Breathe in, arms out like a T shape, expand the chest and flex the feet, strong legs. Exhale, side reach to the other side. Make a little fist in the top arm. Inhale, T arms. Exhale, side reach. Imagine your back is sliding against a wall, and it's at this point that the muscles again support your posture in good sitting. And then release the hands, bring the knees in, come up to stand. Return, return to your V stance. Reach the arms again out into a T shape, maybe form small fists, and then balance. So rise up onto the balls of the feet for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you can, repeat or hold steady in the heel raiser. So your ankles and heels squeeze together. You feel that zip and hollow again. And as you slide up a wall and retain the balance, let's finish with some smooth, large, balancing arm circles for 3 and 2 and 1. And then bring your hands together. Take a lovely inhale, exhale. And give gratitude for being so dedicated to your Pilates practice today. Well done, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me.